Alright guys, hey, welcome. So I'm going to make this video as quick as possible, so please pay attention as I do this, alright? Today I'm going to show you how to start coloring your bottle with the Prismacolor pencils. Just so you have an idea, this is the bottle that I'll be using today. Remember the other day we learned about tints and shades. Tint, white added with a color, shade, black being added with another color or a color. So here we go. I'll start off with my white. Once again, here's my bottle. As I look at my bottle, the white here is going to be my highlight, okay, the highlight on my bottle. If you look very carefully, hopefully you can see this in the video, you see how my highlight transitions to some other tints of blues in here, and then as I work along the edge here, some of these darker shades start to occur out here along the neck of the bottle, inside here. Look at all the little midtones or the base color, the blues, all occurring right in here. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start off by looking at my lip. What I normally tell my students when you are using the Prismas here is you really don't want to, for the sake of this demo, I'm going to make it easier and more comfortable for me. You really don't want to lay down your colored pencil so heavily right away, okay? Or in other words, what I tell my students in my Drawing 2 class, you really don't want to burnish the paper. Pretty much what you're doing is you're pressing it really, really hard. You're creating this really thick opacity on your paper, and that just makes it really hard for you to build the other colors on top. Okay, so as I'm staring down on my bottle from where I'm sitting, at this point, I'm not seeing much highlight here, but I am seeing some tints of blues wrapping around the edge of my bottle. So I'm going to curl this down. Remember what Pat Coney said in the previous video. It's easier to build the darker colors on top of your white versus trying to lay the white on top. But as you continue to explore with the colored pencil, you'll know that, depending on how hard you press, you can kind of gradually build the light or the white on top of your other colors as well. I'm seeing a little highlight on this side over here, so I'll go in. As I work my way down the bottom of my bottle here, I see, based on the paper reflecting off of my bottle, I see a nice soft tint here. Down here, I can also see that the window, which is acting like a light source for me, is creating some kind of tint over here as well. Now remember, I'm going to repeat myself over and over for this project. The last couple of weeks we've been working with those cross contour lines. As you're coloring your bottle here, make sure you are being mindful of how the marks run as well. If you're not following those cross contour lines or those imaginary lines, you're gonna lose that illusion of the form. Okay, so I'll stop here, then I'm gonna go in, get my blue, notice as I'm building my colors on top, I'm not pressing really, really hard. We don't want to burnish the paper. I'm seeing some nice streaks inside my bottle here. Right here, there's a darker blue. softer tint right inside here. There's a darker blue right here. Slowly work my way back down. Right here is a pretty consistent tint of blue. As I work my way out here, I also see a dark blue over here. Right underneath this lip, there's a dark blue. Same thing here. Coming through, being very mindful of the flow. Now, even in my video, I'm going pretty fast, but if you're working on this and you want this to be done well, slow down, all right? Your eyes should be going back and forth between your paper and your bottle. Remember, this is a drawing class, the only class that allows you to cheat. So make sure you draw what you see, okay? The answer sheet or the information is right in front of you. Go back up here. Let's work this a little more. I don't want to lose this tint here, so I'm going to go back in and build and lay this blue back on, or this white on top. Go back again. As I work my way down to the shoulder of the bottle, even though I have this nice blue that's kind of gradually flowing down, I'm noticing something as well. There's a subtle little mark or highlight in here. So I'll take this. Go back in. Slowly build that up. Work my way down the bottle. Right now I'm getting some large coverage using the side of my colored pencil. If you want some nice fine marks, use the tip. As I work over here, there's a darker shade out here. So let me go over here and I'm going to build my shade of blue on this side of the bottle. What I'm actually looking at right now, this dark shade here, I think it's being created from my table. So without burnishing my paper or overworking my colored pencil, I'm gonna take my complementary color, my orange, and build my dark shade out here. As I work up the side of my bottle there. I'm also seeing a little pocket of dark in here. Go back in. you look very carefully at my bottle here, there seems to be some sort of transition. Go back in. Right up here as well. There's a darker shade of blue. Bring this through as well. Inside the center of my bottle here, there's a shade or a tint of blue. So I'm gonna have to go back in and soften that up a little more. As you can see right now, my highlight is the only spot that I can see the highlight is right here and right on the lip. For you, it might be a little different, so pay attention. I'm seeing some marks come up here. Reinforce that right there. So for some of you guys, as you work your way down to the bottom, because this is glass, you're able to see right through to the bottom, okay? So let's go in here with my color. I can go in and lightly build the opacity on the bottom here. Notice how I'm still paying attention to my ellipsis here, up here, and all the way through, okay? There's a highlight in here on the inside. There's some down here and here. A little over here and here, kind of wraps back out that way. Right through here, there's a light value. All right, 13 minutes so far. So as you can see, I won't make you watch my entire video, but right now I'm just gradually building all my darks. Okay, just a reminder, do not use the black. Black, if you decide to use it, I'm not saying you can't use it. I'm saying if you do use it minimally, okay? Not too much. You don't want to overwhelm your drawing by just laying a black all over it, okay? So use that complementary color. As you work on yours, I'm going to continue working, building my dark shade down here. All right, this is it. Good luck. I look forward to seeing your work.